Hi, what's going on, everyone? So, more commute on the way to work. So, I just thought basically what I should do is had a little situation yesterday. Not something I was too amused by. So, figure I might as well get into it, right? So, I'm out grabbing some food with my dogs. And basically what wound up happening was I ordered some food, and as I'm waiting there, my dog kind of, I don't know, I guess walked towards somebody, and dude, lady starts like moving her legs, like getting all uncomfortable. I apologize, I pull my dog. Guy starts saying, I don't want to hear it. You know, get your dog, do this, do that. I apologize again. I grab the dog, move the dog, and then here comes the you white people don't understand. And just a bunch of stuff like that. Now, I live in a major city. It's mixed race. I have no issues with anybody. So this starts to happen. I'm like, yo, bro, like, calm down with all the racist stuff. No need for it. And just doesn't stop. Just keeps talking. Now, mind you, I just got home from work, so I still have my work stuff on. And I just, you know what, bro? You're 100% right. Turn around and I'll walk away. Now, if I was to do something in that situation, I'm in the wrong. If I was to say the wrong thing, you know, I wind up losing my job. But in the reverse, that's not the situation. So I'm just wondering, like, if people could just openly be racist to you, just, you know, watch out, you're white, like, with your white shit and all this. People can say these things to you, and you're just supposed to just take it, not respond, not do nothing. It's not something that, like, I didn't want to go out of my way to start talking bullshit to this man. Like, that wasn't my intentions. I wasn't trying to fight with this dude. I wasn't trying to do anything with this dude. I was just walking my dogs, trying to pick up my food. But the fact that somebody gets upset that a dog goes near them to the point that they want to start, oh, you white, and you this, and you that. Like, bro, number one, I was training how to fight for years of my life. Could have hurt the man. Didn't want to do it. Could have actually been racist back. Wasn't going to do it. That's not the person that I am. But the fact that this just became okay in today's society and people are just cool with it, and, you know, nobody looks at it in any wrong way. Nobody batted an eye. Nobody told them, yo, calm down. It wasn't nothing like that. It was just pretty much everybody was just like it was normal. So if you're going to normalize it being okay to be racist to white people, but then you want to demonize when it goes on the reverse, I don't really find that, like, there's too much of a double standard. And then I see this, like, not to get into the political aspect of it, but I see this in politics as well, where, like, I'm a registered independent, leaned right in this particular election. And it wasn't because, you know, I'm a huge Trump supporter or I'm this or I'm that. No, I went by what I felt was more beneficial to my life. And like I said in the beginning, I'm in a major city. So I see a lot of the effects of the illegal immigration situation. A lot of the effects of it. But if you speak out on it, it's like, oh, well, this is coming from a white person, and your opinion really doesn't matter. Now, if my opinion doesn't matter because it's coming from a white person, should the opinion matter if it's coming from somebody else? Like, should I recognize your opinion as valid because of the fact that you're black, or you're Mexican, or Hispanic, or however you want to put it? I just think in society today, man, people are so polarized by what's going on politically that they let it bleed into their everyday lives. But what people don't realize is 90% of these people that are being this way, that are, just outwardly racist, or are outwardly showing aggression and things like that, 90% of them never been punched in the face. That's where the issue lies. Like, they never had consequences for stuff that they do or stuff that they say. So when you never had consequences before, it doesn't seem like such an issue to go, above and beyond to say things to people, because they don't feel that there's no repercussions for what they're saying. Now, if I would have turned around and I would have punched that dude in the face, he would have learned the lesson very quick. But then I would have been the one that was deemed racist. I would have been the one that was, deemed the aggressor, even though I was minding my business, just walking my dogs. See, that's where the problem tends to lie when it comes to some of these situations. It's that if there's not going to be no repercussions for your actions, it's just going to keep going further. It's just going to keep increasing, and eventually it's going to get to a point to where there is no way to talk to anybody. No way to talk, no way to settle differences, and then eventually it's going to collapse to the point of civil war. I know it seems like a little far-fetched now, but if people don't see that this is exactly where this is heading, because there's no communication on either side, everybody just hates each other, there's never going to be no solution to this. Like, I was watching the interview with George Stephanopoulos and J.D. Vance, and I just see how you see, like, on ABC, you have Stephanopoulos basically cutting J.D. Vance off, not letting him get his words out, not letting him say exactly what it is that he wants to say. It's like, okay, so your narrative's fine, but when this person's responding, we just got to stop the speech. Well, see, that's where problems lie, because now you're silencing exactly the opposing view, which is what's being done for the past few years. Eventually, people are just going to say, all right, I don't want to talk. Now I don't want to talk. And then every time an act of aggression gets pushed in one direction, it's going to be met with aggression. There's going to be one simple instance, like something stupid. Well, let me take that back. Let me not say stupid, but another event like a Charlie Kirk or a George Floyd situation could implode this whole country. It really could. We got to start talking to more people. We got to start having conversations about our differences. Like, protesting the U.S. president days after he just made a peace deal, like, now I understand the peace deal went to shit and all that, but at the time, it was still valid. So to go out and protest somebody like that, that's trying to do good, it's, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a word to say. It's like kind of counterintuitive. Like, it's, why not, like, for instance, with the government shutdown right now, why not actually talk and come to an agreement on something that you would want for your constituents? Like, talk to Trump. Try to get something for yourself. Not spending billions of dollars on illegals. Like, come on. That's a little out of character, but try to get something for your constituents, something for American citizens. An open form of dialogue. that'll go a lot further than people just saying, oh, I don't want to hear anything that this man has to say. I can't support anything that he does. I can't support this. Because in the end, you look like an idiot. Like, you're not going to support a sitting president. That's fine. I didn't support the last sitting president. But if they do something good, I'm not going to sit there and say, like, oh, I hate everything this man did. No, absolutely not. If they do something good, you give the person credit for something that they did. Like, plain and simple. I just don't understand the logic with some of these people these days, because you have this sense of entitlement. Like, it's like, well, my ideas are the best. My ideas are the best, and you're going to abide by my ideas because this is the best way to live. And if you don't, then you're an idiot, you're a bigot, and you're a misogynist. It's not the way that this works. It's not the way that this works at all. Like, if people can't see, like, this is another completely different situation, but if you can't see that the idea of giving hormones to children that aren't even old enough to get a tattoo and going out and pushing this and then making it to where you're sterilizing children to where they can't reproduce, you can't go back later and say, oops, we made a mistake. Like, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. So the fact that you're trying to push that on the people, and then you try to claim that they're being transphobic because they don't agree with you trying to indoctrinate children, it's not a logical way to look at things, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, look at it from a different lens, and then you'll start to understand, okay, maybe these people have a point too. So maybe I should sit down and talk to them and try to understand exactly what it is that the majority of the people feel and why I am sitting on the wrong side of this. Maybe I should educate myself and actually converse with a few of these people and get a better idea of what it is that they're saying, and maybe I could see it a little bit more. And, you say you have empathy. So if you have empathy in all this and you're the better person, then be the better person. Have a conversation with people and listen to what their thoughts are. If you don't agree with them, agree to disagree. Keep moving. You don't have to go silence the person. Like, the difference is, like, when it comes to, like, what I see conservatives and I see liberals. And the way that I look at it is, when you see conservatives, if they don't like something, they just, like, basically what it comes down to is, you see conservatives and you see liberals. When it comes to the conservatives, it's like, if they don't like something, the conservative will say, okay, I don't like this, I'm not going to watch it. On the other side, on the left, if they don't like something, they want it shut down. On the right, it's like, if I don't like something that somebody says, it's, okay, I'm not going to listen to that person. On the left, it's, no, we have to silence that person. It's not exactly the way to approach dialogue. Not saying that I have the answer, because I don't. I'm just a simple USPS worker. So I don't have all the answers. But what I do know in my 42 years on Earth is that the best way to solve a conflict is with conversation. If I have a problem with somebody, I'm going to talk to them about it. I'm not going to try to silence them. And it's not just on the left that this is happening. I did not agree with the Jimmy Kimmel situation either. I didn't like the way Jimmy Kimmel handled what he said. I didn't like the way that they tried to silence him. That wasn't something that I agreed with at all. So it's basically like, I just feel that in today's day and age, if you're going to have a disagreement with somebody, I think it's better that we talk it out and rather converse with somebody than conflict. And if there's no way to converse, then eventually you're going to have a society that breaks down. And when society breaks down, there's nothing left but civil war. Because there's just, at that point, there will be no more to talk about. I don't think that that's a way that we should approach this. Open dialogue would be the best way for everybody to actually get back to normal instead of everything being so polarizing. Like, I noticed, like, I didn't agree with Jimmy Kimmel being canceled either. Like, I'm not for people just being silenced. That's not my thing. You need open dialogue in order to make things progress and things to move forward. And I'm not the one to tell people, you shut up, you can't have a word. Who am I to do that? I'm talking right now. So if you're able to have open conversation with people, it's easier to resolve a conflict. It's easier to resolve a conflict when you have open dialogue. It just is. Case in point, me and my wife get into an argument. If me and her don't speak, it's silent treatment for days. And she'll sit there pissed, or I'll sit there pissed, and in the end, things don't get better. But once you talk about the situation and you iron out all the disagreements, things could get better. Things will eventually get better. That's just the way that it goes. And I think that's what we need right now in the country. There's way too much division. Way too much division. Like, I'm not the most religious person in the world. I'm not. But I do believe in God. I do believe in Jesus. I'm not somebody that will... I'm not a churchgoer. Like, for instance. Like, I'll believe, but not a churchgoer, not a huge religious person. But one thing I do believe in is I believe in open dialogue to resolve conflicts. That's one thing that I do believe in. And if we can't have that, it's just going to deteriorate and it's going to wind up turning into a civil war, and that's something that this country does not need. It doesn't. Like, I don't care if you disagree with what I'm saying. I don't care if I disagree with what you're saying. I would listen. Just not listen. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to turn the channel. But we have a lot of problems in this country, and I don't think that us turning on each other and being silent and not wanting to hear the other side's opinions, I don't think that that's the way to move forward at all. Like, I get Trump's a polarizing figure. I get people hate him. I understand it. Just because I don't, that doesn't mean that, I'm a racist bigot because, I don't despise this person that you despise. Like, it doesn't work that way. That's like the friend that says, oh, I don't like this person, so you can't talk to them if I don't like them. Like, what? Why? You don't like them. Okay. You don't have to put up with that person. If I like them, I'll put up with them. It's that simple. Like, if I don't like something on TV, I turn it off. You don't watch it. It's very simple. It's just, I just see people, they just don't understand. People don't tend to understand how to deal with their emotions. So you see an outburst because they don't know how to internalize their emotions, or, somebody gets mad, they don't know how to just let it go, or they don't know how to just relax and breathe without screaming. And like, when I see people doing you're a grown adult. You didn't learn how to deal with those emotions growing up. I blame your parents. Like, that should have been taught to you as a child how to deal with your emotions. It's like I watch grown adults have temper tantrums over stupid situations too. Like it's not like this is happening over serious instances. This is happening over dumb stuff. Like the fact that American citizens can't support their own police officers and don't want their own cities to be more safe and don't want their cities to be run properly, don't want corruption in their governments. Like, when people don't want that type of stuff, you should adhere to it if you're the government. You know what I mean? And then when you see, when you see citizens that are crying because we can't pay for illegals to have health care, is just, it's ridiculous to me. Like, it's not logical. Like, in any logical world, where does that make sense? Like, why don't you go, I'm sure that there's homeless people somewhere near you. Why don't you go take one of them people in and pay for them on your salary? Just take one in and, you know, pay for them to survive. Tell me how that extra person on your income, tell me how that, like, drains your account. How basically, you know, you wouldn't be able to function the same. So if that's the case with just one person, now imagine that being millions and millions and millions of people. Then it starts to become a problem, right? So that's basically what our government's dealing with right now. And then you have an influx of these people, and, you know, you have, just say, they say 10 million people cross the border, right? But let's say it was 6. These people come into the country, they have nowhere to go. Nowhere. They're walking in, basically, that's like 6 million homeless people that you're adding. So now, these people need to be housed, these people need to be fed, these people are going to get sick. That is a drain on our systems that we already have in place, and the funds that are already there to take care of Americans. Now you're going into that. That's not something that's sustainable. It just wouldn't be able to be done. Like, they're saying by 2035, the Social Security, like, the funds that are in Social Security will be completely disappeared and gone. Your whole life. And now you're in, and, you know, you're used to a month or a weekly check or bi-weekly, however it's distributed these days. But you're used to that. And then all of a sudden you're waiting for that, you know, Social Security check in 10 years. You just retired, you're used to this income coming in, and it's no longer there. People are going to be sick. It's going to cause a crazy uprising in this country if all the funds are just completely depleted. So yeah, we have to take care of our debts. We have to take care of the budget. We got to manage it a lot better. We can't just keep adding trillions of dollars onto our national debt and just expect this to last forever. You know, eventually you'll be maxed out. And once you're maxed out, now you're pretty much just paying interest. We can't afford as a country to keep doing that. So we need a better road ahead, people. We need a better road ahead. And the way we're going about it now isn't the way. The way we're going about it now is not the way. We need a way better road ahead. And I think without dialogue, without open dialogue, there's no way to achieve that. That's the way that I see it. I don't know about you guys, but like I said, there's not going to be a way to move forward in this country until we learn how to talk. Well, that's pretty much that. Just pulled up at work. I'll see you guys later.